The last batch of cards have officially been revealed for Burst Protocol in the OCG. However, I'm pretty sure that sometime in the next few weeks or so, we are going to be getting potentially world premiere cards and potentially OCG imports going into Burst Protocol for the TCG. But until that time comes, five cards have been revealed, and they are the last five before the official OCG release of Burst Protocol. So I'm not gonna waste any time. I'm just gonna get straight into it. Kicking things off, we've got Dark Starring at the Blue Sky. The name's actually kind of funny, but honestly, the artwork looks pretty badass, and it kind of looks like something out of oh, what's that one anime? It kind of looks like one of the dragons from what was it? Not oh my god, oh my god, oh my god! It was an anime. It was an anime that I had just finished up watching. What was it? Outbreak Company. It kind of reminds me of the dragon from that. Oh wait, no. Actually, no. Backtrack. It kind of reminds me of the dragon from Ari Ferretta, from the anime Ari Ferretta, which they just did a third season, and rumor has it that we could potentially be getting a fourth season for the anime, which could be interesting. But it is a 10-star dark reptile with 3,000 attack, 2,700 defense, almost 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 a potential rival of the Blue Eyes White Dragon, which is very funny. And all three of its effects are a once per turn. The first effect reads: if a monster is special summoned from the deck and or extra deck by an opponent's activated monster effect while this card is in your grave, you can special summon it. Second effect: when a monster effect is activated that includes special summoning a monster as a quick effect, you can banish a card from your hand or field, negate that effect, and if you do, destroy that card. Third effect reads: during the end phase, if this card is currently banished and was banished by this turn, you can return one of your other banished monsters to the grave. Honestly, it's not bad, but it's super conditional because you have to have this card in the graveyard in order to special summon it. Whenever a monster is summoned from the deck or extra deck, so it's super conditional, and it kind of and because that the second effect is a when effect, it's obviously going to miss timing. It'll miss timing on so many different, literally on so many different levels. So would I say that that this card's good? I wouldn't go I wouldn't go that far. I mean, yeah, sure, it's like a solemn judgment for summoning, but it's just not that good. It's like I mean, like, to be fair, reptile based decks weren't even that good anyway. Like, I know that when we got the Ogdoadic archetype in what was it, Ancient Guardians, a couple of years ago, everybody thought that the Ogdoadic deck was gonna be like the new meta. Even I admitted it here on the channel that the deck could be the new meta, but it just didn't pop off, and it was mainly because of the fact that the deck was still missing key cards to make the deck consistent. It was missing its own, Xyz monster, its own Link monster. Like, I feel like if the deck got its own its own, like, fusion or synchros or Xyz or whatever, I feel like the deck could potentially be a very viable strategy but it just didn't pop off. So I really don't think this card is going to be useful in any capacity, no matter what people may believe. Next up, we've got First Penguin. You heard me right. It is called First Penguin. I don't know why the fuck it's called that, but it's basically a penguin surrounded by its own harem of other penguins. But it is a 1-star water-winged beast with a measly 100 attack and defense, and the second effect is a once per turn. The first effect reads, if you control no face-up monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand, and if you do, it is treated as a tuner. Second effect reads, you can discard one card and reveal one water synchro in your extra deck. Add a water monster with the same type as the revealed monster, but a level lower from your deck to your hand. Then you can change this card to face down defense. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except for waters. Okay, so 100% Goaty is like is one of the main decks that can 100% abuse this card. Ice Barrier is definitely another one that can abuse it, and it can basically help further synchro climb into some of the bigger bodies that both of those decks can produce, including the level 10 synchro. What was it, Lancia? I think it's called. It can help synchro climb into that. It can help synchro climb into the level 10 Goaty synchro. I think Goaty from Beyond or something like that. So it's not bad. But it also acts as the Cyber Dragon, so you can literally just sidestep this card to your board, and it instantly becomes a tuner, and that's when you can synchro climb into bigger bodies, which is kind of cracked. Next up, we have Forbidden Ritual Art. Which is a normal trap, and and both of its effects are once per turn. The first effect reads, ritual summon a ritual monster from your grave by banishing other monsters from your grave whose total level exactly equal its level but destroyed during the end phase. Second effect reads, you can banish this card from your grave once this turn. When you ritual summon with a card effect that requires monsters, you can also banish ritual monsters from your grave as monsters used for the ritual summon. Honestly, so what's very funny is that the Novellis archetype can 100% abuse the holy fuck out of this card. Being able to ritual summon on your opponent's turn is just absolutely wild. But you can even also ritual summon this card during the standby phase. so for example, if your opponent activates, let's say Molcharmy Polaria as a way to try and draw out their big main combo pieces, you can go chain two Ash Blossom, chain three forbidden ritual R. You go into a guy, and then you could just pop off from there. And literally, this card basically just lets you ritual summon twice in a turn. How the fuck does that even happen? How? I certainly could not tell you. Next up, we've got Tip of the Tongue Reduction. Yeah. Clearly Konami really does not know how to name cards. now in 2025. Anyway, it is a normal trap with two separate effects. The first one reads, when your opponent activates a card or effect by declaring exactly one card name, negate that effect, then you can add a card add a card with that name from your deck to your hand. Second effect reads, if this set card in its owner's control is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, you can target a face-up monster they control, it loses 500 attack. I mean, it's not bad. I mean, for cards like here, I'll show you. Because I actually just pulled it from my tins not that long ago. Here we are. DD Designator. If you guys remember, what was it, the other day? I pulled this card, DD Designator, and the effect reads as follows. Declare one card name, look at your opponent's hand, and if they have the declared card in their hand, banish that one card. If they don't have the declared card name, banish a random card in your hand. So what's funny? So what's funny is that if your opponent activates DD Designator and they call, let's say Mole Charming Fualos. Let's say that you can go chain two this card, and if you don't have the Fualos in hand, you literally get to add Fualos to your hand, and you're pretty much just off to the races from there, which is kind of sick, kind of funny, but not too bad of a card. And then also too, if your opponent activates, let's say, MST on this set card during your end phase, guess what? Its effect triggers, and when one of your opponent's monsters loses 500 attack, and it's a permanent effect. So if you have a way to bring this card back to your back row, and you set it, every time your opponent pops it, their monster will lose 500 attack, and it basically just forces them to realize, oh shit, I can't do this anymore. I have to let this stay in the grave. So it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny that a card like this actually exists, but that's just how it goes. That's just how it goes. Now for the final card of the video, and I'm gonna try and pronounce it. It is known as Shichigosan Shugo, which I believe there is actually a meaning behind it. I'm gonna take a look right now. Apparently, Shichigo-san means grave miscalculation guard. And apparently, apparently the phrasing Shichi, Go, and San means, so Shichi means 7, Go means 5, and San means 3, which are the numbers, which is actually kind of cool. But it is a normal trap with not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 separate effects. Here's the first one. Special summon a level or rank 1 monster from either grave, and if you do, equip this card to it. Second effect. Once per turn during the end phase, increase the equipped monster's level or rank by 1. Third effect. Apply these effects based on the equipped monster's level or rank. 3 or more, it gains attack equal to its original attack. 5 or more, it is unaffected by your opponent's activated effects. Fourth effect, once per turn, during your standby phase, if the equipped monster's level or rank is 7 or higher, send all cards on the field to the grave. This is literally... Blackwing Bird. Oh, what's that one? The new Blackwing Dragon. It's basically that on steroids. Oh my god, this is literally a way to just completely nuke the board, and it's actually kind of funny because if you activate this card and your opponent sets imperm when your turn comes up again during their standby phase, they can flip up imperm. Guess what? Now this card is completely useless, but it's actually kind of funny. It's kind of funny how you can actually use all 4 effects not in the same turn, but throughout the course of multiple turns. So it's kind of crazy. I will say though, this is a good way to help go into potential rank 4s, rank 7s, which can help you summon out cards like Big Eye, or potentially cards like Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, which even that card is still a pretty crazy card to deal with. So not too bad. I think this card will definitely be useful in decks that don't have this type of card, if you will. So kind of cool, but we will now have to wait for the TCG exclusives to be released in Burst Protocol. Not sure when that'll be, but you guys will know sooner rather than later. But with that being said, that will do it for today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more card discussions in the future, then be sure to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and as always, make sure you guys are following me on all my social media. All of my ads will be in the description below, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.